In this video, I'd like to share something with you that I've learned over 25 plus years of teaching and many years in the hospitality industry. I wanted to share something that was shared with me many years ago, and it turned out to be a really good piece of advice. And just yesterday, I gave this same advice to some folks that I was talking to, some younger instructors or people that are beginning their instructional career. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a YouTube video to share it with everybody, with you. And what I wanted to share with you is something that I think everybody should do, because it's going to really help you as you go through your career, especially during times where you may struggle with something. And what I'd like to share with you is that you should start a smile file. And what a smile file is it's gathering any time somebody maybe gives you an award, or maybe tells you something like, you really helped me learn a concept, or maybe a student gives you a small little gift of appreciation. Whatever the case may be, don't let those things just fade away. You want to artifact them. You want to keep them close to you, because if you're ever in a situation where maybe your motivation is a little bit low, or you're wondering, why am I doing this? Or you're thinking, oh, you know, I'm starting to feel a little bit like I need to move into something else. Those are all legitimate, and there may be good reasons for that. But it's also nice sometimes to have something where you can reflect back on all that you've done for yourself and for others in your career. And that's called a smile file. Oh, look. There's my cat, Blossom. Blossom loves the smile file. So Blossom will join us for a portion of this video. I would say the remainder, but it's up to her. Oh, now she's going away already. All right. Thank you, Blossom, for that interlude. Back to the smile file. So, yeah, okay, I heard you. So the smile file is where you might, like, for example, I just went into I have my smile file. It's actually a little cabinet that I have. So I have a drawer in a cabinet in the other room. And in that room, I just went and grabbed a few of the things out of it. You know, maybe if you've gotten certifications in the past, a lot of times these days you'll get an email with a certification. You can print the little certificate if you want to. I recommend you do print it, because you can then put those, you can take your certifications, you can go back and look at them. Like, this is my Microsoft MCT 25 years, and here's something from 1982, an award that I got. So, I'm very happy about that award. And if you go through and you just have all these, it'll remind you of all the things that you've done over your career. Here I have something from the year 2000. Right? This is my Cisco Certified Academy instructor. And I'm not going to go through all of these. I have teaching awards in here. I have certifications, memberships, whatever the case may be. And then sometimes you'll receive maybe a little gift from a student. For example, I'm just grabbing a few. And if you're a former student, I keep everything, just so you know, in my smile file, which is turned into a file drawer. So there's a drawer. Some things, you can't keep, like chocolates or something. You're not going to keep those for years. But here's an example where a student gave me a beautiful piece of papyrus. So this was a student from Egypt, and they gave me this beautiful piece of papyrus at the end and said, thank you so much for being my teacher. And what I'll do with a lot of the physical objects, and some of my students will recognize this. I had a student give me one of these. So anyone who's been a student of mine, you can comment down below. Do you know what where this comes from? And so a student gave me one of these and said, this is for you. And so I keep this one, but what I might do is take a photo of it and then print out that photo if I don't want to keep, 30, 40, 50 coffee mugs. That becomes a bit much. So what you can do is just take a picture of the coffee mug. So this here is a mug that was given to me by the city of Calgary when I taught a geocaching course. I have a picture of this to remind me that I taught that course. And it was probably pushing 20 years ago, maybe not that, maybe 15 years ago, but quite some time ago when I taught that course. But the purpose of this smile file is for you to go in and remember the contributions that you've made over a career. And so if you're ever in a situation where you're like trying to get motivated for the start of a new school year, or go get motivated for a class, or maybe you had a class that went a little bit sideways and you're like, oh, why am I even here? What am I doing? You can go in and you can use your smile file to motivate you and get you more excited. There's phases to everything. There was a phase where every time you got a certification, you got a pin. Everybody was handing out pins. So I got a whole bunch of these pins. I don't really want to, always, I take pictures of them is what I'm saying there. And we're used to keeping track of things like, major achievements. I've done some ultra marathons, so I have some ribbons and some things for those marathons. But it's different just to take a picture of your accomplishments, have that you can leaf through. And then the other piece of advice with your smile file is don't keep it organized. The more chaotic it is, in my opinion, the better it is, because you don't want to reflect on what you did year by year. What you want to do is you want to have that happenstance, that discovery, that, oh my goodness, I forgot all about the fact that, I did this back in this year. Well, for me, it's like back in 1982, 1998, 2005. These are very present in my mind, but for people that are starting their career, it might be, wow, I can't believe I did this back in 2025. That was 20 years ago. So it's a thing that I would recommend to you. Short video, doesn't really have anything to do with technology, but I had this conversation. I thought, you know what, I'd like to share this because I do think it really applies to teaching, and I think it applies to learning. And we can use our technology if you must. You can use your phone to take pictures of the different objects or the moments that you want to put into your smile file. So I hope you get one. I hope you create one. Just a little place to keep all your accomplishments. Anyways, thank you for watching my strange little video. I hope this was useful to you. Back to your regular programming now.